Last winter, we saw the price of gasoline and fuel go through the roof. That spurred interest throughout the country in finding cheaper alternative ways to supply our energy needs. While the Harvey man has found an untapped resource of fuel that is not only cost-effective, but environmentally friendly. Sean Sipma has more.
You go from waste grease to diesel fuel. Simple.
It's almost hard to believe, but Chuck Ranum has been heating his house in Harvey and running his van on regular cooking grease.
I actually read about it in Mother Earth News, and then I sent for a book called From the Fryer to the Fuel Tank.
After reading about biodiesel, Chuck built his own processing facility beside his house in the garage.
I had to give it a whirl.
He collects grease from restaurants around Harvey and brings them in 55-gallon drums here to his garage. This is where it is sent through a series of pressurized tanks where it is heated, filtered, and mixed with methanol and lye. But this process does carry some risks with it, so protective gear is worn around the chemicals and the oil.
Sodium methoxide, that's what you get when you mix them together, is actually quite dangerous to the person mixing it. A splash can be neutralized with vinegar, so I keep vinegar on hand.
After the glycerin is separated, the biodiesel is ready to be burned for fuel either in your house or in your van.
Biodiesel has such a high lubricity factor. It lubricates so well by its very nature. It doesn't require any sulfur whatsoever, and it does a better job than diesel fuel of lubricating an engine.
With all the work to take used cooking oil and process it into fuel, Ranum says the money saved is well worth it.
My biodiesel costs me somewhere between 47 and 51 cents a gallon.
But the savings alone aren't the only benefit. It's actually better for the environment than regular diesel.
That the sulfur emission is zero. There is no sulfur in it.
Besides having your exhaust smell like French fries, Ranum says biodiesel has a tendency to gel in colder temperatures the way number 2 diesel does. But that problem can be alleviated.
When you mix it with number 1, thin out the mix, of course, then its gel point drops proportionately.
Now with the U.S. looking for an answer to an energy crisis, Ranum believes that biodiesel could be an answer. In Harvey, Sean Sipma reporting, KXMC News 13.
Time now for sports, and here's Mike Elm.